You know what really sucks about being an adult? You can't get by having pizza for lunch every day and eating cereals with Coke and... Am I the only one doing that? What I'm trying to say, all of a sudden you have to take really good care of your nutrition. Nutrition! You know you're getting old when you start using that word. So this thing, your body, which is supposed to just be there and let you climb trees and jump from the couch to the armchair because the floor turned lava, well, all of a sudden, it turns out it's not as indestructible as you thought. Actually, you gotta take so much care of it, and there's more things you can do wrong than you can even think of. Don't sit for too long, floss, do sports, drink water, eat the right food, stretch, spend time in the sun. When? Who has all this time? I mean, I want to take care of my body, but I also have to work. And I'd also like to do something fun here and there. It's impossible. I swear, if you really did all these things, it would be a full-time 40-hour-a-week occupation. As a matter of fact, let's count all the things they say you should be doing and see how much time it would really take. Welcome to the communication couch. No time for the intro, we've got work to do. Bring up the whiteboard. Well, first off, you should sleep for 8 hours a day, but for the sake of the argument, let's not count that now. You have to keep your body fit, so you should do some sport regularly. 45 minutes should do the trick. However, with that, you also have to count the time for showering, plus the time it takes you to get there and come back. So let's say it's 1.5 hours, 3 times a week, which puts us at 4.5 hours a week. Then comes food. Let's say you cook once a day. Without eating, but with washing up afterwards, that will probably take you 1.5 hours times 7, that's 10.5. It probably takes you about 20 minutes for eating, but that's probably because you're doing it wrong. Don't you know that you should chew every bite at least 32 times? So if you really cared about your body, it would take you at least 35 minutes. But your meals shouldn't be too big. It would be much better if you had 4 or 5 smaller meals per day. So that gives us about 3 hours a day on eating, times 7 is 21. And I still haven't mentioned that you also need to buy the food in advance. So let's say you need about 2 hours a week for grocery shopping. What are you saying? That's already 38 hours a week. Oh, but we have only started. Don't forget drinking water. You should drink at least 2 liters a day. Well, sure, drinking water doesn't take much time, but that water also has to come out. So after all of that, you will be going to the bathroom for about 6 times a day for 5 minutes. So that will be 30 minutes a day, which is 3.5 hours a week. By the way, keep in mind you should also get some sun every day. 15 minutes should do, but you should also make 10,000 steps a day. So it's best if you just go for a walk every day for 1 hour, so it won't take you more than 7 hours a week. Naturally, there's brushing your teeth for 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes in the evening, and of course flossing for another 3 minutes, which puts us at about 1 hour a week. Oh, and I hope you didn't forget your mental health. You should definitely meditate. Best if you do it daily for 20 minutes, so it only takes you 1 hour and 20 minutes a week. And finally, you gotta take care of your household. You're not a barbarian after all. So you better plan about 2 hours a week for chores. So with all of this, and I'm sure that you could come up with a lot more stuff, we come down to 52 hours and 50 minutes that you should be spending on your health every week. When we add the 56 hours you should be spending if you get 8 hours of sleep every night, you are only left with 59 hours a week. Well, let me correct that if you also happen to have a full-time job, and you better do because healthy food is quite expensive. After working 8 hours a day, you're only left with 2 hours and 44 minutes a day to spend time with your friends and family, have some fun, read, and also to travel to work and back. Well, sure, you can do all of that in 2 hours and 44 minutes. Do you see how crazy this is? And don't even get me started on the fact that we actually have no clue what is really healthy and what isn't. One day they say coffee is bad, then they say coffee is great. First they say you shouldn't eat fat, then they say you should definitely eat more fat. You should do that, you should do this. Oh, you're doing that. Are you out of your mind? Whatever you're doing it wrong. I mean, the reason why this is so frustrating, because you try to organize your life and it's already so difficult to balance everything out. If you're an ambitious person, you might be already working more than 40 hours a week, and you're also trying to make some time for your friends and family and do something that you like. And then there are also things that you have to do even though you don't want to, like some bureaucracy stuff and so on. And with all of that, something has to give in, and it's often at the expense of your health. So then you're already so stressed, and on top of that, you have these concerns like, well, I've been sitting too much, or I've been eating so much unhealthy stuff. But you know that that's going to come back and bite you. So whether you want it or not, man, you gotta take care of your health. We tend to take our bodies for granted, and it's only when something goes wrong, only when you're sick or in pain, that you notice that you even have a body, so to say, and you can't run away from it. When you're in pain, it feels like you're trapped in your body. So when you really come to think about it, health should be everyone's number one priority. You want to feel good in your body, not feel trapped in it. So yes, the harsh truth is that taking care of your health is quite time consuming. But if we don't put in that time now while we're young, we'll have to do it later when we're older, and it will be twice as unpleasant as it might be now. So I think we should try to prioritize and get rid of activities and stuff in our lives that don't really matter. Try to work smart and more effectively instead of working longer hours, so we can also focus a bit more on health and things that allow us to do what we enjoy doing in the first place. Thank you for watching this video. But before we part ways, we need to address one last very important thing. Namely, a lot of people don't know what this little bell icon does, or even worse, aren't even aware of its existence. When you subscribe to any channel on YouTube, this little icon appears. So if you have already subscribed to this channel, I am deeply and eternally grateful to you. However, even though you subscribe, you won't get notifications often when I post new videos, which is very sad. You shouldn't do that to yourself. So if you click on that little bell icon, you will be personally notified every time there is a new video, so no one will ever come between you and me. Well, that sounded kind of weird, but you get the point. Thank you, my friend. By the way, I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. How much time do you invest in your health on a daily or weekly basis? Are you happy with the way it is, or would you like to make some changes? And by the way, I've been getting complaints that my black t-shirt is getting boring and that I should get some new clothes. What do you think about this? Other than that, I guess this is a wrap. Thank you and have a great day.